drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news. What I do?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, and he goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Rock it. Yep. We got it. Hey, Orbit. Mike 55. We own them. Hit it.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Blue 58. 54 Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Hey, 88. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Just keeping the play alive. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Green 18. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Inside. Back north. Zoom. 22. Hey, Delta. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Green 18.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers going top shelf for... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Rodgers now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
26, Mike. 26. 50. Hey, you block over here. 26, Mike. 26, Mike. Boxing.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Yeah, Liz. Hey, Zoo. Over.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. On 1st and 10, Jones. It's complete to Diggs. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That's good for 28 yards.
Here we go. 30 base. Ready?
Throwing Jones. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reggie Ragland picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here we go. Hey, alert. Mike's 50, Mike. Let's go.
Now Jones. And a pressure gets to him again. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devin Bush. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that. Jump out.
To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Switch. 10-30. 5.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
50. 26 Mike.
Throwing again. Rodgers. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that one?
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Austin Hooper. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jones, off play action. And Diggs has it. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
2nd and 6 at the Steelers' 48-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
61, match box, fight. Go, go.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Look at me, zipper. Big grip, big grip.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
25, check 25, check 25. SOS. General West. Hit it.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Hey, take 26.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. We'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Hey, Alpha. Go out. Hey! On me. Hey, exit. Mark 55! Mark 55! Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. 5.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 4th down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Danielle Hunter in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
at their own 20.
They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They'll start out here with the option left. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
X3, 218.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones completes it to Davis. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Jones now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Bravo! Go! Oh, here we go. Oh. Mike 55, Mike 55. There it goes.
Jones now off the play fake. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Got it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, Foxtrot. Let's go. Mike 50. Let's go, D. Now.
To throw again. Jones going deep for Diggs. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. There goes Alex Collins. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Alex Collins. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, he sheds himself free. The 40, 30, past the 20, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for two fails. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 5, and it's a second down.
Hey,
To throw again on second down. Jones, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Throws left side. And he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets them even closer. Now a 2-point game. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
258. 54. Right, 54. All day, baby, all day. Hey, 88.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's make these babies cry all the way, man. Slam.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Armstrong. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Now Jones on 3rd down. Complete. Smith has it. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Mike, 55. Hey. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Mike, 55. Hey, eat. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing solid. Ready? Y'all playing the wrong football.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this good, right down the pipe. And with that, they move ahead by a point here in this 3rd quarter. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. Back north. Hey, Delta.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 50. Bang, bang. 50's the 26. 50's the most.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. He got 29 yards that time. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Squeeze, double.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 11. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Let's go,
Working from the gun, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Jones throwing to start the drive. This one caught by Davis. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Jones operating from the gun. It's caught by Davis. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. On 4th down, Jones eluding the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Yeah. Hey, team 6. Now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Hey, check 26. 5. Check 24. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Ready? 10-2 saw. Pilot, 64, weak. Go.
Safety screaming. Max 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Ready.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
6-6, bullet high.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
55. I'm going to come back to you. Check. 55 to Mike.
Now.
55 to Mike. They can't hang with us.
Back to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.